So I've just arrived at ME+EM on Marylebone High Street and naturally thought I'd bring you all along with me to have a little browse of everything that's new in store. They've got some beautiful pieces for the festive season, and I think it'd be rude not to try at least a few pieces on. So let's have a look. Oh, that's a lovely one. That's really gorgeous. So this is like the chocolate brown I tried on with the wrap cardigan. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago I showed you? So again, for those who prefer something a little bit darker rather than something quite caramel, that would be a really beautiful jumper. And as ME+EM do every year, you've got the detachable snood as well. So you've got options for when it's super cold outside, which we definitely need at the moment. Oh, this is the jumper that I tried on the other day, actually. I came down for the reopening of the store and tried on this orange jumper, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. I don't normally go for something so bright, but there's something about that color that just draws me in all the time. And I think they've also got that in a black or a navy as well, which I'll keep an eye out for. That's really nice too. I like the mottled tone on these jumpers. And of course, I love ME+EM trousers. I think they just do the best tailoring, really beautiful shapes. In fact, actually, the trousers that I'm wearing today are ME+EM man pants. So proof is in the pudding. I wear them a lot as well. Brown, as we know, of course, one of the big color trends for autumn winter 2024. So of course, ME+EM have got lots of it in store. And I really love this tone. It's a little bit softer, a bit more subtle, I suppose, than some of those deep chocolate browns, if perhaps they're not for you. Just a really beautiful piece. Definitely a forever cardigan that I know I could wear for a lifetime. And then for comparison, actually, so that's the caramel and then that's the chocolate. So both really, really nice tones. So I guess it's personal preference, really, whether you prefer something a little bit darker or just that more caramel color. Oh, that's nice. Something a little bit different, actually, with that trim running down the center and quite a nice subtle way, actually, to introduce that little bit of brown, but then doing it with such a classic piece, I guess, with a bit of a twist. That's really interesting. I might try that one on. Fair Isle style is, of course, another trend that we saw on the catwalks for autumn winter 2024. And I think this is a really nice contemporary take on that traditional Fair Isle style. I'm not sure what that's made from. Let's just have a quick look. Well, my eyesight's pretty bad, but I can see alpaca and cotton, so a nice mix. Oh, that's rather beautiful. And heavy too, actually. That's a beautiful herringbone coat, absolutely gorgeous. And look, actually, if you look closely, can you see you've got the brown running through it as well? So it's not just a simple black and white check, it's something a little bit different as well. As you know, I'm not really much of a tank wearer myself, but I know lots of you really, really love the style and I wish I could get into it actually. So if it is your cup of tea, I can really recommend ME+EM because they have some really beautiful versions. And actually they're quite well known as well for doing the layering shirts that sit specifically underneath these tank tops and vests. So do definitely have a look out for those. That's really lovely. I like how that's quite slimline, but then you've got this tux detail on the chest portion. And if I just hold that a little bit close, you can see. Really nice detail. And I'm presuming that's made from cotton. It feels like it is. Yeah, beautiful. Oh. See, this is the problem in this store, that I'm literally kind of picking everything up and want to add everything into my wardrobe. But how about that for a gorgeous blazer? That is beautiful. Really, really lovely. I mean, the quality and the craftsmanship, if you just look at that tailoring, that is genuinely a blazer made to last. Beautiful. And I actually don't have a light grey herringbone blazer in my wardrobe already. So possibly a gap for something like that. For those who like skirts as well, this would make a really lovely knit set. And actually, when you've got that really beautiful quality separate, something like that skirt with just a simple knit over the top would equally, it's going to mix and match really, really nicely. I mean, I don't wear an awful lot of skirts, certainly not mini skirts, but when I find a maxi or a midi that's made really beautifully, or perhaps from a really nice yarn or something super sustainable, it's the sort of thing that I would reach for and I would mix and match with lots of different knits. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, now I have to try that on. That is beautiful. Can you see that I love stripes a lot? I have a feeling, because it feels buttery soft, that that is 100% cashmere. As I've got my glasses on, I shall check for sure, but definitely trying that piece on. I absolutely love that. Gorgeous. And there is the other option. Interestingly, actually, so I tried on the chocolate version of this tank with the cardigan Oh, it's different actually. Sorry, I'm waffling there. I thought this was the wrap cardigan that I tried on in the chocolate the other week, but that's a slightly different version. As you can see, the cardigan portion is a little more boxy, but then you've equally got that matching tank top, both made from 100% cashmere underneath. That's really lovely, in a lovely charcoal grey as well. And a really nice crop jacket. That is very pretty. Me and that colour just go together like peas and carrots. Is that the saying? I've actually got my son's lovely girlfriend, Nancy, here with me helping today. And she's just having a very good giggle about me behind camera. She's like, peas and carrots, what are you on about, Jessica? So this is the bit we're all very, very excited to have a look at. This is the new Festive collection. And already I see some sparkles that I like. This beautiful dress, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. The detailing on that, oh, it's actually on velvet. So it looks like sequin embroidery on top of velvet. And I know as well, a lot of women like to have sleeves on their dresses as well. So it's quite nice that they've not only done a short sleeve with this, but also left it quite wide. So it's not going to sit too tight on your arm, but you've got a little bit of coverage if you want it. Now, this is actually really, really similar to the Forever tux that I've got in my own wardrobe. I chose it last winter and I wear it an awful lot, both for the day as well as dressing up a little bit for the evening too. And I didn't know they did this, but they've got a really nice cropped version, which is a nice alternative actually, if perhaps you're getting bored of just the usual blazers and you want something a little bit different. And equally as well for petites who perhaps just want to lift the line a little bit, maybe have a high-waisted trouser on and then a crop jacket, and that's going to really lengthen your shape as well. So a nice alternative actually, but with those same lovely details. Not really one for minis, but for those of you who are, that is a really, really pretty option. I just don't like showing my legs generally, which is not fair on the dress because it's a lovely dress. It's me. Not you, it's me. A velvet leggings, that's nice. And then a velvet crop jacket, that's gorgeous. You know I love a velvet jacket or two. And that's a really nice option, done in quite a military style actually, obviously with the gold buttons as well and that pocket detailing. Yeah, really beautifully made as well. That's a nice top underneath. Oh, that's really nice, look at that. See, that's the sort of layering top that I mean that they do quite a lot. They make those lovely sleeve detailings and then something around the collar. Then obviously you can put that tank over the top if you wish, but you've still got a lot of detail coming from the sleeves as well. Another beautiful shirt. Well, that's something I spotted actually when I popped in last time, like a gold lurex top. Very, very simple piece and retailing under £100 as well. So a good price and something just a little bit glitzy for the festive season. I'd probably layer a blazer over the top and dress it down with my jeans. That would be a nice look. That's a really beautiful blouse as well, done in absolutely gorgeous lace. And actually I love how the buttons are quite antique looking. They're not too shiny or in your face. They're done really, really softly. I think that's a really nice touch and complements against that quite intricate lace as well. It's just it's quite a contrast, but I think it really works. No, it drives you all mad, but I do love my winter whites. I'm not sure of the fabric composition, but it definitely feels a lot thicker for winter time. Oh, that's nice. A chocolate velvet. Oh, I haven't seen that one before. That's really beautiful. Obviously in a waistcoat. I wonder if they've got a blazer to match that. I bet they have. Oh, that's lethal. I shouldn't ask, because if I ask, then I'll want it. And that's the dress I ran out of time to try on a couple of weeks ago. So definitely going to have a try of that one. And then I really like that as well, a bit more of a coppery tone for a little bit of shimmer for your festive outfits. Again, default setting, I'd probably wear it with jeans and a blazer, but actually you could equally dress that up maybe with that full suit. Or actually, what about if we have got a bit of a velvet blazer in the brown option going on? That would be a lovely addition over the top of that. Okay, let's try some stuff on. As you can see, I am now back in my office, but I thought it would be a little bit easier to tell you all about these outfits I tried on in store. So firstly, I tried on what I would say is an absolutely gorgeous mini dress. Now, traditionally, if you've been following me for a while, you will know I don't generally wear anything super short. So the fact that I even picked this up is a little bit odd, but there was definitely something about it, probably because it had been done in that cotton tweed style. You got those lovely little trims that are quite Chanel-like, I suppose. Maybe that's what it was. It reminded me of a Chanel piece. Either way, once I tried it on, I totally lost my heart to it. In fact, I've already ordered it, so you know I love it. Normally at ME+EM, I would say it's size down once to get that perfect true to size fit. If you want something a little bit oversized, maybe go true to size or one size up. So in this dress, I'm wearing the UK 10 here, and that's indeed what I've ordered. I was doing a bit of filming in London that day, so very handily had a pair of tights and those slingbacks with me, but that is essentially how I will be styling this dress. For me personally, I probably wouldn't ever wear it with bare legs, but you know, that would be wishful thinking in this weather anyway. But in all honesty, it's such a beautiful, classic, incredibly timeless dress that you'd have in your wardrobe forever, and it's so intricate with all those different details. I actually think wearing black tights and black shoes keeps it really, really simple and lets you focus just on those beautiful details. Next up, I tried on something that sadly I didn't get time to try on a couple of weeks ago when I was in store, but thankfully I did this time. So this is a long black beautiful dress with that gorgeous organza detail across the chest. I do have a bit of a thing for organza. It kind of steals my heart every time I see it, but I just think it's so pretty to have quite a see-through looking shoulders and this upper chest portion, and then you've got that lace detail underneath as you come down into the dress, and that beautiful full skirt to finish. I do think by mistake I picked up a UK 10 in this, so me personally I would probably go for a UK 8 just to make sure it's really nipping in at the waist so you're getting that lovely silhouette, which is something ME+EM are quite famous for actually, these beautiful silhouettes with their dresses. So I think you'd kind of lose that if you didn't make sure it was really nipping in at the waist. Then I decided to have a try on of that beautiful roll neck in the chocolate. Now originally I thought this was the same jumper and same style as the orangey red jumper that I tried on a few weeks ago. However, looking on their website, I think this one is slightly different. So this one has got a slightly longer line, which I know lots of people prefer. And also yarn wise, it's been made from 90% merino and 10% cashmere. It felt absolutely beautiful to wear. It was one of those pieces you didn't want to take it off. And I really, really love this shade. In fact, actually thinking about the chocolate tone fashion trend that we've been seeing a lot of, some stores have, in my opinion, got it a little bit wrong and gone a bit mucky brown. But ME+EM, I would say, would be one of them that have got it spot on. They've managed to find a chocolate brown that's really sumptuous and warm and cozy, and probably got an undertone of some orange in there. So it feels really rich. And actually with my order, I did decide to go for the wrap cardigan in the chocolate brown as well, because again, I just totally lost my heart to that one. But anyway, so the trousers I paired with that gorgeous chocolate jumper are quite a classic actually with ME+EM. They do this style really, really well. It's their elevated track pants. So when we say tracksuit bottoms or track pants, we instantly think of something super, super casual. But what they've done is take that staple wardrobe piece that we all love to reach for and elevate it a notch or 10 so that you can absolutely style it with a cashmere knit and wear it out and about. And obviously they're incredibly comfy to wear, and yet you still feel like you look very polished and put together. And also, if you're not particularly keen on the red side stripe ones that I tried on in store, they've got quite a big selection actually of different colorways. So I'll link a few different favorites in the description box below so you can have a look at those after this. Sorry if you can hear a little jingle bells in the background. Mandu always likes to sit in here just by the radiator, and he's got his bell on, so he keeps jingling away as if I've got Rudolph in the background. Now, as this cashmere cardigan felt like the most buttery soft cashmere I've felt for a very long time, I had to try it on. Now, as you can see, the stripes are obviously a crew with black. I was having a little bit of trouble finding it online today, so fingers crossed it's just a new piece that's not gone online yet. But if not, I did notice that it's available in like a pastel stripe as well, so I shall link that one too. I really love this cardigan, and I think it's one of those pieces that actually you'd need to feel it to know what I'm on about, but it was just so buttery, baby soft cashmere, absolutely gorgeous. And I had my jeans with me, so I just tried those on with this piece, as that's probably how I would wear it the most. Quite a casual, everyday kind of outfit, but feeling very decadent in my cashmere at the same time. Next up, you know it was coming, I had to try on that velvet waistcoat with a matching velvet blazer in, I might add, this season's chocolate shade. I could have very happily skipped out the door in this outfit. I really, really love it. And also I noticed online, which they didn't have in store, they create matching trousers as well, so you could make a full three-piece suit. However, if you have also got your eye on these beautiful velvet pieces, I would suggest shopping sooner rather than later, as I noticed this morning they were running out in a couple of different sizes. If they do run out of the trousers, because in all honesty I would love to have the three-piece suit, I actually think just styled like this again with my jeans is a really lovely outfit. Very much the sort of thing I could easily wear on a day-to-day basis if I'm heading into town. It feels very put together, but it didn't feel too much to go shopping, for example. And on top of that, I can already think of a gazillion different ways I could style that blazer. Then for a little bit of Christmas sparkle, I decided to try on that bronze lurex top. I really love the color of this, and it kind of changed as you moved in different lights. Sometimes I saw brown, sometimes it looked a little bit orange, then it just looked quite sparkly, and equally in certain lights it didn't look that sparkly at all. So a really pretty piece that again I know I could style in a multitude of different ways. You've got that high neck detail with a little bit of frill, and I liked how the sleeves were gathered in as well. That just created a little bit more detail down the arms. But the real beauty with this one, for me at least, is of course that color and a little bit of shine. And actually when I tried it with that velvet blazer over the top, I really liked not only a slight contrast of those two different tones, but also the different textures. I thought that looked really nice. Unfortunately, they didn't have that beautiful velvet halter neck top that I think I chit-chatted about before. They didn't have that in store, so I couldn't try it on, but I think I might order that online because I think that'd be a really beautiful piece for the festive season. And the other thing I might order, because I'd really like to try, is those camel man pants. They're typical classic shape that they do very well, but done in a really deep camel, which just looks absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, a wee chocolate interlude. The quality streets are very much back in the house and I can't stop. I actually have like a little routine of how you eat them. Best scenario is you go for an orange, then you go for a purple, and then you finish with a strawberry, which means every time I open the box I have to have 3 chocolates because that's a little routine. Okay, I've stopped eating my chocolate now. Oh, while we're thinking about little interludes, I've just received some beautiful new Pandora jewellery. So I've got my 3 necklaces that I always wear and my rings, but look, this beautiful bracelet that I have just chosen. Very happy with that. I just thought it was so beautiful, just for that little bit of sparkle, particularly at festive time, but in all honesty, I'd wear it all year round anyway. And I really like the fact as well, I can't really do it very easily while I'm wearing it, but you can turn it over as well. So you could wear it just as the gold, or you could wear it with a little bit of sparkle. And I'm feeling a bit of sparkle today, so we'll go with that. Right, anyway, sorry. So after Me+EM, Nancy and I headed up the street, I think it was, to Sezane, because of course it'd be rude not to pop in, which looked very Christmassy and beautiful as ever. It was super busy in there, so I didn't even attempt trying to talk to camera at all. But I did, however, definitely want to try a few pieces on, so I grabbed a few favourites and headed to the changing room. So first up is this beautiful velvet wrap blouse. Now this is a shape, I can't remember the name of it, but I've seen them do it in silk, possibly in a bottle green. If I remember which one it is, I shall pop it here. But anyway, this version is in velvet, and as you can see, you've got these gold studded details all over the blouse. A little bit like that sparkly lurex top I tried on before. It just adds a touch of detail that feels really subtle, but just catches the light a little bit. And whether you're wearing it quite dressed up for the evening, or you just wanted to go quite high-low with your look, this is just that perfect little black top that I would wear. So really loved that, but stupidly, Jessica didn't buy it in store. And reason being was simply because I had this giant suitcase of outfits with me that I was shooting a few different things in London, and I couldn't face carrying anything else home with me on the train. So I figured, it's fine, I'll order it online, and now I can't see it. So I'm hoping, a little bit like that striped cardigan, that it's not on there yet because it's so new and it's coming soon. Fingers crossed, because I need that one for my wardrobe. One thing to note on that top, I will say, is that the wrap is a little bit gaping. So I actually tucked one side of the wrap just under the strap of my bra to keep it in place. However, if I do manage to buy it online, I would probably add a little tack stitch just to hold that in place. And when I see my lovely friend who's a tailor, I might just ask her to put maybe a clasp or a little popper button there to hold it a little bit tighter in place. So next in Sezane, I then tried on this gorgeous pink jumper. I've had my eye on this for quite a while actually, so I'm glad I spotted it in store and got to try it on. The colour was actually a lot softer in person than it looks on the website actually. On the website it looks like a really deep dusty rose, but in person it was a little bit lighter, which I really liked. Now although they do have stock online, in store they actually only had a large for me to try on, so I thought, oh, I like it anyway, I'll try it. And actually surprisingly I really like the fit. I would probably go for the large, which is a little bit unusual, I know, but I think with jumpers like this I want that real snuggly, oversized, very casual kind of fit, which I'm really getting by sizing up twice, so that for me was a bit of a happy bonus. So this one has been made from a blend of baby alpaca, so like all of their knits really, it feels super soft to wear. It wasn't itchy or scratchy at all. Both Nancy and I actually have really sensitive skin, and we did a bit of a scratch test on it that it wasn't itchy at all. Just a really beautiful jumper for everyday kind of outfits. Then onto a beautiful coat, which I've actually tried on before, but you know, I was passing the rail. It's a beautiful coat and I couldn't help myself try it on again. So this of course is Sezane's classic best-selling winter coat, which I personally think is really beautiful. I mean, I do already have something very similar, which is why I don't tend to add it to basket, but I just love trying it on and swishing around in it because I think it's gorgeous. As you would hope, it is made from 100% wool, and I would say thickness wise, if there's something I could compare it to, so if anyone's got the James coat, I would say that feels a heavier wool. It's definitely lighter than that. If anyone's got my long cos caramel coat that I wear an awful lot, I would say that also feels a bit thicker. So it's definitely a lighter weight wool, but certainly thick enough at the same time for winter. And it's really soft as well, actually, almost like it's got a brushed element somehow to the wool. I love that I do actions with my talking. Very expressive, aren't I, when I talk? Oh, yes. Then for something a little bit random, or two random pieces actually. So I then picked up an item in a colour which I don't add very often to my wardrobe, but I always really like it when I try it. And that would be that deep forest green. Perfect for autumn winter. It's a really autumnal, wintry kind of tone. And actually this one particularly in that deep green felt really rich and sumptuous, and I loved it actually. A little bit like the rest of the store because it was packed and people were buying things left, right and centre. They didn't have this in my size. So in this footage here, I'm actually wearing the extra small. So as you can see, it's coming up a little bit cropped on me. But if I was to buy it, I would definitely go for my usual size small, as I do with most of their knitwear. So again, a little bit like the pink jumper, I would see this as an everyday wardrobe essential piece that you could imagine reaching for often. It would obviously style really nice with black underneath, but I also really love brown and that deep green together. So maybe even the top I'm wearing today, underneath that cardigan, I think that would be a really lovely colour combination. Then as I was on a little bit of a roll with the green theme, I decided to try on that classic best-selling coat in the pistachio colour. In truth, I don't think I was really expecting to love this, but once I put it on, particularly with the green cardigan underneath, I was like, oh wow, I actually really love that combo. It did help, of course, that it was quite tonal on my top half with the two greens, but I also think it was quite nice that they were different shades of green, so it gave it more of a contrast. That coat, of course, had the same lovely feel as the one I tried on before, but going for it in a colour like this obviously feels quite different and original and would make a lovely statement actually. And as I mentioned before, in terms of colour combinations, I would probably wear it an awful lot with a crew, but also with lots of lovely brown tones. And I think, I haven't tried it yet, but burgundy would work really nicely with that too. So definitely food for thought on your colour options. And then to just prove my point that I had totally fallen in love with the black velvet with the little gold studs on it, I then decided to try on the dress version. In store, they only had a UK 8. I would probably go for a UK 10. I felt like I was going to break my arm trying to get this on. And once I got it on, realised, oh, the zip running all the way down the side. Really pulled a muscle trying to do that. But once I got it on, I absolutely love this dress. I know it's very me, but I would probably wear it with my thick black tights. Or actually, I really love the spotty black tights that Sezane do. I've got a couple of pairs of them. So maybe something like that, so it was a little bit more sheer with a nice heel. That would make a perfect outfit for the festive period. It is quite a short dress, I will admit, but remember, I'm wearing the UK 8 there. So if I'd gone true to size, that would come up, you know, at least an inch longer on my legs. I've gone from one extreme to the other, really, never wearing anything short, and then finding two really lovely short dresses in both of these stores. And that, my lovelies, is pretty much it. Two favourite brands, one lovely day out in Marylebone Village, and a whole host of absolutely gorgeous outfits for winter 2024. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, coming shopping with me in ME+EM and Sezane in Marylebone in London. And if you did enjoy this video and you're feeling generous, a thumbs up is always very much appreciated. All the links, as always, are in the description box below, and if I've forgotten to mention anything, please ask away in the comment section and I will be there ready and waiting to answer them. Have a wonderful week, everybody, and I shall see you again on Sunday. Take care.